So I just did the first climb on these shorter cranks, the 165 cranks. Climbed all the way from Waterfall Gully up to here, Crafers, basically the top of Ewok. And it was the fastest I've ever done it. So the bike's set up to descend, no lockout, no cheat switch, no nothing. 22 in the front, 24 in the back for tyre pressure, standard stuff. 16.5 kilo bike. Mauls, it was the fastest I've gone up there. So 165 cranks, just as a quick rundown, felt like in certain spots it was harder, but I was trundling along a little faster the whole time, so it probably felt harder because I was going a bit quicker, maybe, I don't know. But when you get to like a steeper pinch, you can sit on top of the gear easier than a 175 crank, and I think that's relative to my leg length. I don't have short legs, but I'd say 170 to 165 is my wheelhouse. 175 just sucks. My knees come up too far, and you kind of go, your knee joint goes past the point of optimal performance, optimal being able to create power, create force. It becomes shearing force on your knees a little bit. So that's probably a little too deep, but drop in and have a bit of fun down here. So just cruising. It's gonna be quite slippery because it's quite loose, dry. Oh, that was a terrible one. Oh, got me. Oh, not a lot of braking traction on the front when you come in hot on this B1, C1 spring, which I've kind of noticed a little bit, but not really enough to make note of it. But on that tip in back there, it was certainly floating, and that's at 5 clicks of compression. Short cranks get me out of there so much quicker. front is just too rough, ever so slightly. Oh, greedy. Oh, it's rough as guts at the front. Back's not perfect either. I'm going to say compression tune on this shock as a medium is too much for the style of suspension. Got to run the spring too soft for the high speed to feel good. So I reckon I'm still a little bit oversprung in the back. Obviously that last run, it's just choppy, and it was choppy at the front as well, so I don't know about this C1 spring. That's how much travel I'm using, so you know, it's within the realm of where it should be butter smooth, but it's just a little bit choppy, and it also is a little, as you see on that run, like at the top, the first like tight right-hander, if you don't have all your weight on the front, it's just got that soft spot in the middle under braking is very sketchy. You wash your front wheel, which I'm not into. Back still feels a little over damped, like I said, and oversprung. So I'm at like 32%, 33% sag. So maybe I'll drop it down another couple of PSI and see if I can find that sweet spot. It is good, but it's not better than the Patrol. It's not better than a lot of bikes that I've ridden. It's I think the suspension design is too progressive. So I'll touch more on that once I've finished messing around, but first day on the short cranks, they feel killer. It feels way better. It feels weird at the start to get used to. It's a bit like you're doing really short strokes, but those short strokes are where your power is in your legs, and you never really get into a weak part of the angle of your legs. So I love it. I could go 170s. I could deal with 170s, but 165 for descending for sure. For sure. So the fork spring, I'm probably going to pull it out again, put the B1 in again, and apparently I can use the foot nut. Put the foot nut on the bottom without having to worry about the seal head. That's a bit controversial, but I've had a couple of people clarify that as long as I'm not using the 180 spring, it'll be fine. So I'll do that and we'll see where we're at.